Adam X origins explored. Adam X was a Shi'ar hybrid as a part of Emperor Deken's eugenics experiments to unlock the genetic potential of the Shi'ar race. Being ingrained with a warrior's ideal, Adam X's approach towards solving problems was violent, gaining him the title of Extreme. So get ready to unveil what happened when the fanatical Crystal Claws chased this hybrid who was once stolen as a baby to restore their departed ruler's line of succession. Let's find out if Adam X declined the opportunity to rule an intergalactic empire or became overambitious in a drive to acquire such substantial power. In this video, we will explore how Adam X uncovered his personal history that had been shrouded in secrecy since his birth. But before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small clip for you, but for us, it means a lot. So thank you, and let's begin. Adam Niramani, aka Adam X Origins Explored. As an initiative to introduce the mutation of the Shi'ar genetics with other species, Adam X was one of several children genetically modified from the DNA of Catherine Summers from Earth and Emperor Deken of the Shi'ar Empire. Jonath, the former chief of the Deken's personal guard, kidnapped Adam X from the laboratory where he was created. Jonath took Adam X to the planet called Sharishara and kept his true origins hidden from him. He taught him to fight and farm, bringing Adam X up as his son. But after some time, when Adam X's mutant powers manifested and he could not control them, Jonath asked him to travel to Earth to learn more about his newly acquired characteristics, revealing his hybrid genetics. The villagers persistently ignored him out of fear, but one day the village locals found some Imperial Praetor guards in an injured state. They provided them with temporary shelter and helped them in a speedy recovery. But the guards returned with members of the Crystal Claws. The Crystal Claws were fanatical followers of the earlier Emperor Deken who wanted their true heir of the Shi'ar Empire, Adam X, to reclaim his throne from Empress Lilandra. But Jonath objected to handing Adam X over to them. In Jonath's support, the villagers retaliated against the Crystal Claws by sacrificing themselves, providing sufficient time for Adam X to escape. Adam X started roaming from one place to another after leaving Sharishara, and after some time, upon developing efficiency and fighting skills and becoming a competent pilot, Adam X attempted to visit Earth to learn more about his origins. Marvelous story arc of Adam X. Adam X got betrayed by the owner of Strong Industries. After arriving on Earth, Adam X came into contact with the owner of Strong Industries, Martin Henry Strong. Martin Strong was a deformed mutant, having fins in place of hands and feet. In a desperate attempt to find a remedy for his abnormality, Strong approached Adam X for his help. In exchange for helping Martin in his mission to hunt down mutants to conduct experiments on them to find his cure, Martin offered to help Adam X find his parental origins. Adam X then enlisted himself in the Strong Industries. As Adam could not recall his surname, Strong used to call him Adam X. Adam was also nicknamed Extreme because of his temper and abilities, but Adam X was unaware that Project Wide Awake was funding Strong Industries to evolve a method to eradicate the gene that produced mutants. At Strong Industries, Adam X came across Michelle Balters and gradually got romantically inclined towards each other. Upon discovering the real intentions of Strong Industries, Balters ran away from them. Adam X was sent after Michelle to trace her down, and when Adam X found Michelle, he got interrupted by the X-Force and Cable. Adam showed great potential as he effectively retaliated against the X-Force and temporarily knocked them down with his flash frying effect until the X-Force fled with Michelle. The X-Force independently tried to analyze the Strong Industries' objective towards the mutant race, and after successfully escaping with the X-Force, Michelle Balters provided them with information regarding Strong upon thorough interrogation. After a while, Adam X tracked them in a desert, where he got involved in a battle with Shatterstar, but eventually Adam X joined forces with the X-Force and Michelle as he himself started doubting Strong's intentions. Afterward, in a scuffle with Martin Strong, Adam X was emotionally devastated when Martin disclosed that Michelle was actually still working for him. He revealed how it was his plan to use Michelle's opposition against him to trap the X-Force and other rivals and pull them apart. An enraged Adam X killed Michelle upon her betrayal and attempted to destroy Martin. As soon as Cable cut open Martin's impervious outer skin, Adam X dismantled him with a tremendously intense flash fry. Martin's vulnerable inner form was unleashed as Adam's assault broke his sturdy artificial external body, and after that, Adam X and X-Force ran away from the place of conflict. After Cable offered Adam X a membership in the X-Force, Adam X refused the proposal and chose to move forward in his quest to learn about his identity. Adam X in Arcade's Game of Fear and Weaknesses. Soon after, Mr. Sinister appointed the sadistic Arcade to test Adam X. The Arcade was given a large sum of money to trap Adam X in his murder world and ascertain his worth by putting him through his specific weaknesses and fears. At the same time, Arcade was also hired by Major Domo to assassinate the X-Force member who was adept at sword fighting named Shatterstar. By holding both of them captive, Arcade drove a wedge between the two in order to fulfill his employer's commands. After fighting against one another for a while in the beginning, the two teamed up and set out to break free of the murder world. After successfully escaping, the two knocked Arcade down with unanimous efforts. Adam X saved Philip Summers' life. At one instance, while Adam X was still on his self-exploration expedition, he noticed Philip Summers' plane on the verge of getting crashed at the Canadian border. Adam X covered a distance of around 6 miles in a jiffy in an attempt to get to the plane's vicinity and save Philip Summers. As Adam X reached closer to Philip's plane, it exploded, bowling both of them over. Considering this disastrous situation and finding a vague possibility of survival, Philip Summers encouraged Adam X to save himself. But Adam X refused to flee and leave Summers to die. Adam X successfully rescued him from the drowning plane after struggling just a bit. Adam X then provided Philip with some shelter for rest. They had an engaging interaction for quite a long time where Adam X gradually revealed to Summers that he had come to Earth from another planet. Philip showed great excitement about Adam's ability to travel among the stars and traverse intergalactic distances, but Philip abruptly fell unconscious. By flaring up the electrolytes in Summers' circulatory system using his powers, Adam X managed to keep him warm throughout the night. When Adam X took him to a nearby hospital in the morning, they were greeted by Summers' grandson, Scott Summer, and his wife, Jean Grey. Jean instantly sensed that there was a possible connection between Adam X and the Summers family. They expressed their gratitude to Adam for his efforts in helping Philip Summers survive. But upon recognizing Jean Grey as a telepath, Adam X asked her to connect him with Philip to remind him about his past life. Adam X then shared the memories of Philip serving as a Shi'ar combat pilot as a parting gift. Adam X's encounter with the Shi'ar agent Eric the Red. In Adam X's pursuit of knowledge about his lineage, he once crossed paths with Legacy, the son of Captain Marvel. After climbing up a mountain, both of them were attacked by Eric the Red, who was a Shi'ar agent. His main motive was to place Adam X on the Shi'ar throne as the rightful heir to their departed Emperor Deken. Adam X was then brainwashed through mind control to kill Legacy after losing the combat with Eric, but in the battleground, after being relocated to the negative zone, a topsy-turvy universe existing parallel to Earth, Adam X got liberated from Eric's mind control. The duo then found the Crystal Claw's ship, the Airy, and detected Eric's location. Adam X and Legacy repelled Eric's swarm of the Seedry hunters along with Eric before demolishing the ship, and after capturing Eric, Adam X came to know a lot about his past. Adam X learned from Eric that he was a hybrid of a distinct genetic combination into the Shi'ar monarchy, and after being the only living child of the Magister Deken, Adam X was supposed to reign over the Shi'ar kingdom. Eric the Red further elucidated how Deken kept Catherine Summers as his consort and exiled her husband Christopher Summers, aka Corsair, to a slave jail. Until Corsair fled from his confinement and arrived at the Shi'ar palace, Catherine was exploited by Deken for his pleasure. As Christopher reached the palace, he attempted to choke Deken with his bare hands, who had to be rescued by his security guards. Emperor Deken then murdered Catherine Summers right before him as punishment. After the revelation of his mother's tragic death, Adam X blew Eric up with the help of his mutant powers. From that moment forward, Adam X and Captain Marvel parted ways, wishing each other good luck. Eric the Red and the Crystal Claws reappeared in Alaska after a few weeks following his encounter with Adam X. The Crystal Claws were a group of Shi'ar warriors led by the former Shi'ar military agent Eric the Red to bring about disorder and chaos throughout the Shi'ar Empire. They abducted Philip Summers and his wife, Deborah Summers, to force their grandsons, Cyclops and Havoc, into helping them locate Adam X. Cyclops told his son Cable to contact Adam X any way that he can and make him aware of the situation. After discovering Adam X at a farm in Loa, Cable requested him to confront Cyclops and Havoc in Des Moines. When Adam X was on his way to Des Moines, he got attacked by the Starjammers Hepzibah and Raza Longknife, sent by Empress Lilandra, who was an ally of the Starjammers. Magistrex Lilandra had promised to reward the Starjammers upon the successful capture and delivery of Adam X to her, as she considered him a threat to her throne. In the middle of the clash between Adam X and the Starjammers, Cyclops and Havoc arrived at the fighting arena using the tracker which Cable had placed on Adam. Despite Cyclops and Havoc's efforts to convince Adam X to help them, Adam X tried to flee after declining to offer assistance. When both the Starjammers and Cyclops, accompanied by Havoc, attempted to get hold of Adam X, the Starjammers were severely injured by Adam's mutant powers, whereas the Summers brothers showed no effect. At that moment, Corsair emerged from the Starjammer ship, disclosed Adam X to be their half-brother, and shot an energy pistol at Adam's head. Just when Christopher assumed to have killed Adam X, he was taken by surprise to see Adam alive, who disclosed his ability to withstand headshots. After gaining consciousness, Adam X agreed to cooperate with his half-brothers. On landing at the blue area of the moon, Adam X fought Eric the Red with his armor in the company of the Starjammers and his half-brothers. Adam overpowered them by efficiently using his powers and saving Philip and Deborah. Then he encountered Empress Lilandra and proposed a plan to her. He asked her to wipe out Adam's memories of his origins and allow him to live peacefully on Earth. Upon realizing that Adam X had no intention of endangering Lilandra's throne, she agreed to his proposal. Although Adam's half-brothers, Cyclops and Havoc, were not happy at all to lose their recently found sibling, they still agreed with his plan. Adam X was then sent back to the farm in Loa, as Oracle had deleted all of his memories. Adam's protests for mutant rights. At a future date, Adam X gathered in San Francisco alongside other mutants as the X-Men started inhabiting the city. When the mutant hater Simon Trask became the leader of the Humanity Now movement in San Francisco to eliminate the mutant population, Adam X protested against it along with his fellow mutants. On becoming a member of the pro-mutant demonstrator, Adam worked towards ensuring the reproductive rights of the mutants. A curfew is passed by Norman Osborn, who directed Emma Frost to lead her group of Avengers who were called in to enforce it. One night after a heavy consumption of alcohol at Avalanche's bar, Adam X, along with some other mutants, broke the curfew and expressed intense opposition to the martial laws at Union Square Park. Adam X, Sunspot, Meld, Lorelei, Hellion, and Match got engaged in a brawl with the Hammer-endorsed Emma Frost's Dark X-Men team, comprising of Mystique, Mimic, Cloak, Daken, Omega, Namor, and Dagger. Although Dagger tried to injure Adam X, he blocked her daggers skillfully. Suddenly, Adam X got teleported to the Hammer headquarters in Alcatraz. Adam X was incapacitated along with his peers for several weeks over there. Afterward, Adam X was kidnapped by Henry Gyrick, the co-director of the UN Space Security Council SWORD. Adam X was transported to the SWORD facilities from his prison in the Hammer base quarters in Henry's endeavor to terminate aliens or mutants living in the United States from Earth. The Beast and Agent Brand later liberated Adam from Gyrick's alien repatriation drive as they took control of SWORD back from Gyrick. Adam X gave Juggernaut an accidental deadly upgrade. Adam returned to San Francisco at the time of the Serpent-augmented Juggernaut's mass demolition. Due to the magnified strength of the Juggernaut owing to his new magical power boost, the X-Men were finding it difficult to tackle him. Because of Adam X's incredible abilities, he was sent by the Cyclops to overpower the Juggernaut. Adam X enkindled Juggernaut's blood, but it hardly posed any harm to him. Instead, Adam's attempt to impair Juggernaut made him even more dangerous. Juggernaut became capable of discharging the fire inside him through his body and advanced towards wreaking further havoc, setting aflame everything he touched. Adam X's experience in Mojo World. After the Juggernaut incident, Adam X wandered here and there for some time and eventually landed at the mutant island of Krakoa. But Adam's stay at Krakoa was short-lived as he moved to Mojo World, probably with Shatterstar's help. Adam X started hosting numerous Mojo World shows over there. With the advent of time, Adam X's hot seat turned into the 5th highest ranked live streaming series on Mojo World. Soon enough, Adam X realized that he was trapped there alongside the other live streamers like Shatterstar. When Adam X tried to help a depowered mutant called Sophia Mantega, who had also become a victim, her followers voted for her to be killed live on air. Adam X executed Sophia at her request, and the top streamers formulated a way to return to Krakoa and organize Sophia's resurrection. Upon her arrival, Sophia teamed up with X Factor to conquer Mojo. Adam X was apparently liberated with the other live streamers from Mojo World as Mojo was overpowered. Alternate versions of Adam X. Earth 51518. On Earth 51518, during the event of Secret Wars in the realm of the Age of Apocalypse, an alternate version of Adam X was seen as a member of Magneto's XMen under the alias of Burner. Burner joined forces with the prelate Cyclops and the X-Men Weapon X. Together, they went to Dark Beast's lab to find Jean Grey and save her. Earth 92131. In the 90s animated Marvel Universe on Earth 92131, Adam X appeared to be a member of the Extremists initially, who was seen opposing the X-Men. Later, Adam X was shown helping the X-Men in the battle against Exodus, the Harvester. What made Adam X so powerful? Adam X had blades attached to his forearms that were retractable and could be extended whenever he required. After using different sharp Shi'ar blades to harm his rival, he oxygenated their blood. He was efficient in incinerating ions capable of conducting electric impulses in the bloodstream of his enemies and could easily burn them ferociously, from inducing a warming sensation in his enemies to completely igniting the victim to ashes. Adam X showed commendable blood manipulation control. Adam X's capability of overwhelming multiple opponents with his phenomenal power simultaneously provided him with an additional advantage. Adam's ability to spot his rivals from even a mile away with absolute clarity benefited him with extra time to find ways of overpowering them. His agility, reflexes, and speed were of superhuman heights, hence his mutant physical features were so compelling. As a skilled blade combatant and an accomplished acrobat, Adam X posed a significant threat to all of his enemies. Being a Shi'ar and human hybrid, Adam X possessed the characteristics of both species and hence showed exuberant stamina and durability, making him very immensely powerful. Marvelous verdict. Adam X initially started off his journey as a mutant hunter, unaware of his own mutant status. In his expedition to gain knowledge of his family origins, he had been stricken with immense suffering on numerous occasions, but Adam's spectacular hybrid powers and deadly potential had proved him to be an exceedingly threatening mutant in the Marvel Universe. Marvel might reintroduce him in the future storylines as Havoc and Cyclops' lost brother and treat the audience with a completely fresh set of new exciting adventures of this supremely powerful hybrid. As the powerful Oracle had removed Adam X's memories of parentage upon the instruction of Magistri Lalandra and Adam X's mutual consent, Adam X was unaware of his true potential. Hence, it would be interesting if Mutant Dom of Krakoa somehow figured it out and utilized Adam X as one of their lethal weapons. Adam X might emerge as one of the most dangerous mutants in existence. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. And in the meantime, have a good one and be safe. Thank you, everybody.